Like this not dude. He's not going out there reading the defense and making audibles at the line, redirecting dudes to we need to get. He's not doing that. He's going out there and playing Madden. We're gonna call the play. We're gonna run it. Throw it to the open guy. Like, he's literally playing Madden out there. Like I don't understand that people want to put because people want to do. Oh, he's an underdog. I don't care about that. He's an NFL QB now. He's a year two. We done with the underdog foolishness.
For this game right here, let's go to the next game on the docket, and that was the Seahawks versus the 49ers. And oh my God, the Seahawks, Geno Smith. I see why there was some analysts that were saying, like, hey, Seattle should try to draft a quarterback in the first round. I, I've been hearing Anthony Richardson. I see why they were saying that because Geno Smith, he had a phenomenal year last year, but it's over. Like the Cinderella story is over, and they're not going to win big with Geno Smith. I hate to say it. What a wonderful story
They might
last
not even
season.
make the playoffs this year. That schedule is killer.
Mm-hmm. It's
They
brutal.
got Dallas next week. They got San Fran that week after that, and I think they got the Eagles. So yeah, good
Mm-hmm.
luck to them.
Yeah, yeah. It's very brutal, and just they just got dominated from offense to defense. Now Devin Witherspoon, he's that dude. He's that dude. That man is special. One of the best corners already in the league. I have to say that. Tariq Woolen, he got benched. I think it was like some like because I think it was like a tackling issue. So
Yeah,
that's not a good sign after what he did last year. Seattle, they're in a tough spot. They're in a tough spot where they're 6-4, but it doesn't feel like a 6-4. It feels very fraudulent. They're the Steelers of the NFC when it comes to having a really
six and
good
four. We
record.
in week 12.
Oh, really? Well, let me see.
They're 6-6, I think.
No, they're
Yeah, they're
not
six
six
and
and
five.
six. Yeah, they were 6-4 coming to the game, but now they're 6-5.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, it's they have some things that they need work on. Kenneth Walker, he couldn't play because he's dealing with an injury, and they just got pushed around against the 49ers. On the 49ers side of things, I have to say, there was some pushback. We got some pushback on the QB tier list when it came to Brock Purdy.
Oh
Some
my goodness.
somebody in the comments section said that, well, if this is an objective tier list, then Brock Purdy should be tier A or S tier. And I have to say this. This game was a perfect example of why I had Brock Purdy at he all right, but he's not a dude. He's not him. He had that amazing throw to Brandon Ayuk for the touchdown. That was a really good throw. I have to admit it. But again, how many times have we seen Brock Purdy where he doesn't do a whole lot of heavy lifting? It's obviously a lot in structure. It's a lot of Kyle Shanahan designing plays. Guys are wide open. He doesn't have to make a whole lot of throws. He doesn't have to go out of structure a whole lot. It's a lot of CMC, Christian McCaffrey running the ball. He doesn't have to do a whole lot in this offense. All he has to do is
Exactly.
manage the game and not turn the ball over. I think he only had one touchdown and he threw a pick six, which is not good. And they won the game going away because they have that great defense. They have a great running game, a really good offensive line, and they have the arguably the best play designer in the league in Kyle Shanahan. So Brock Purdy doesn't have to do a whole lot of heavy lifting. And you see, they're like, oh, look at his stats. Look at his stats. And I'm like, that's fool's gold because again, if you watch the games, you'll see that a lot of his stuff, all he has to do is throw it to Brandon Ayuk or Debo Samuel 5 yard route, and guess what? They're yak guys, so they'll break tackles, and guess what? It's a touchdown. Or again, the play design, the guys are wide open. like wide open. So he's not going to have to make a crazy throw like Josh Allen, where the pass rush is coming and he has to make something out of nothing, and he's able to get the ball to his best receiver. It's none of that. Now, I've seen him make some really good throws, but I could probably count on one hand crazy throws that he's made this season. I've seen him do it, but I can only count on one hand. He hasn't had to play out of structure much. And when his best players are out of the game, he gets happy feet. He can't elevate the players around him. Remember that 3-game losing streak they had? What happened? The team was banged up and he was struggling. So he's all right. How you feel about Brock? Is Brock Purdy, should he be in the elite tier? Should it be on the he's a dude tier?
Heck no.
Can you please explain?
He is a system QB. He is a system QB. He is Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0.
He's
all he has to do is just not go out there and lose. Well, that's why I say 2.0 because 2.0 is the upgrade. But all he has to do is go out there and not lose. Don't turn the ball over. Don't put the ball in harm's way. Hit your guys, hit your open dudes. That's all you have to do. And rely on CMC. That's all he has to do. Like, this not dude, he's not going out there reading the defense and making audibles at the line, redirecting dudes to, oh, we need to get. He's not doing that. He's going out there and playing Madden. We're gonna call the play, we're gonna run it, throw it to the open guy. He's literally playing Madden out there. Like, I don't understand that people want to put because people want to do. Oh, he's an underdog. I don't care about that. He's an NFL QB now. He's a year 2. We done with the underdog foolishness. This man has CMC, who's an arguable MVP candidate because he is the 49ers offense, and Kyle Shanahan, the daggone wizard out there, calling up some of the craziest stuff you ever seen, and Brandon Ayuk and Debo running wild out there, and George Kittle, who can run, block, and catch the ball too. So, along with a crazy pass rush, Nick Bosa, Chase Young, and all them dudes, and Eric Armstead, like, come on, man. And then Fred Warner, like, come on, bro. He's not having to do as much as the other top QBs in the league. So them even trying to put him in that convo is disrespectful. You can see he's going out there, he's playing well, he has the numbers, blah blah blah. But don't do that. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking about this Brock Purdy situation and whether he should be elite, he should be on that he's a dude tier. And you brought up the players around him, and there's an argument to be made. Well, every QB needs to have great players around them to be successful. And what is your take on that? Where it's like, well, you say that, but every QB needs dudes in order to be successful.
Well, here's the thing. I will admit Brock Purdy is playing good football. But when we evaluate QB, we can't just look at numbers because they lack context. How are they getting these numbers? What is the scheme? What do they actually have asked to do as the quarterback of that team? Now, we look at Dak. He's doing stuff, and he's making crazy throws. He's making tight window throws. He's using his legs. He's going on the run. He's doing all this and that. He's avoiding blitzes and evading pressure and all type of stuff. And you look at Brock Purdy, it's like, well, he's not losing. He's making the open throws. I mean, like, seriously, like, he's not asked to do that much. And I understand, like, obviously, we're not saying that he's supposed to suck. We're just saying that the way his system is, he doesn't really have to do much. That's literally all I'm saying. Like, all the other elite QBs, the Herberts, the Mahomes, the Burrows and all, they actually have to go out there and really command that offense. And Brock Purdy is just not commanding the offense. He's just listening to what Shanahan tells him to do, and he's going out there, and he's just not messing up. That's literally all he's doing.
Okay, all right.
I mean, is it his fault? No, it's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. He's the QB. I mean, hey, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But if you replace Brock Purdy with another guy similar to his skill level, like a Jared Goff, you probably get a better offense, but
Oh
that's
yeah, for
another
sure.
story. Yeah, so I mean that's just the truth. It's the
Mm-hmm.
system.
Right,
There's
right.
nothing wrong with being a system QB if you're winning. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why 49ers even want Brock Purdy in these convos anyway.
I mean, he does.
Because you don't want the he doesn't they trust me, they don't want the critique it gets with being a top 10 QB because they get shredded.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I'll say this because he does a solid job of going through his progressions, manipulating the defense at times, specifically the linebacker and the safety. Like he'll, with QBs,
Look
like
them off, yeah.
yeah, they'll look them off, like they'll go one way, but they're gonna throw the ball the other direction. Like he does a really good job with that, but at the same time, a lot that's structure. Like all of that is in structure. All of that is, hey, the coach is telling you to do this. All right, goes out there and do it, which is fine. That's cool. But in order to be at that elite tier, you're gonna have more responsibilities on your plate. He just doesn't have that. Like I remember when Sean McVay arrived with the Rams. Remember there was like a report talking about where Jared Goff, he's not the guy sort of pretty much controlling the line of scrimmage. Like it's just Sean McVay's telling him what to do in his ear and in his helmet that they have, and he just repeats what he says, and that's what he does. Like Sean McVay will tell him, look, if this person is doing, if the linebacker's doing this, then throw it over there. Like, and that was sort of the criticism with Jared Goff. It's like, is Jared Goff really doing anything, or is that Sean McVay? And so he had to go to, they traded him to the Lions, and he's getting more credit now. With Brock Purdy, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, well, I don't exactly know what's going on, but just the way that it's looking, it seems like it might be the same thing where it's just Kyle Shanahan's like, hey, do this, that, and the third, and then that's it. And that's what Brock Purdy does. It's not him sort of commanding the huddle and sort of whatchamacallit. It's he's changing the play on the fly or anything like that. It doesn't seem like he's doing any of that. It's just here's the play, and just go out there and do it. And that's about it when it comes to Brock Purdy. And they're winning games because of it. They might win a Super Bowl because of it. And salute to them. But at the end of the day, if you put a Josh Allen in this offense, if you put a Patrick Mahomes in this offense, it would be illegal. It would be absurd how many numbers they would put in this offense because it's Kyle Shanahan is a genius when it comes to designing plays and just getting guys open. So that's just the way I look at it. The 49ers, they dominated. It seems like I think another defensive player for them was injured during the game. Was it Ward? Was it
Um,
Ward?
no, it was Hafunga. He tore his
Afunga.
ACL.
Afunga. I thought that
Talanoa Hafunga,
I
the
thought that was
safety.
I thought that was the other game. I thought that was the last game. It was
Oh, actually, you're right. It was the other game.
yeah, and then
Was it Drake Jackson?
I forget, but somebody got injured during the game. Um, let me see here. I think they're okay though.
It might have been.
I think they're
Okay.
okay. I think they're okay. I think they had to come out, but yeah, anywho, the 49ers, they look like the best team in NFC, like just the way that they're playing right now. And yeah,
I've been
that's
trying to
pretty
tell
much it.
people
That's pretty much it.
that
So
Eagles game gonna tell people. I'm telling you,
that's gonna feed
they're gonna beat the
families.
Eagles. I'm
That's
telling
gonna feed families. That's gonna feed a lot of families because I can't wait. That might be for the
you.
I don't know for the number one seed or
The
something.
NFC. Yeah,
Yeah, for the number one seed. Who
yeah.
knows? But anywho,